Hey guys, so I thought that I'd do another video on some dark facts about characters that I enjoy. So we did one on TMNT, and I really want to do one on Naruto. So this is 16 dark, what is it? Hold on, let me think of 16 dark truths about Naruto you don't want to know. And this is going to sound really fun. Okay. 16. Hokage and Abu never tell the village anything. The Hokage is basically the leader or cage of Kankukur, whatever. I don't know how to say these names in freaking Japanese language. The hidden village in the land of fire. He's like the mayor of a small town, except that the town is the main line of defense for the entire country, and the Hokage is a title converted and revered by pretty much everybody. The Anbu are his covert operatives, teams of mask-wearing ninja who answer directly to him if the Hokage is the village leader. Then the Anbu are like his secret services, taking orders from their captains with absolutely no oversight from the public at large. The Amlu are often seen tracking down people, maybe assassinating them, and otherwise carrying out missions that the public will never know about. One branch of the Amlu route was so secretive that they were physically unable to say anything about their leader or the missions. Everyone else was left in the dark. 15. War is inevitable. The entire structures of the ninja world is not only built upon the threat of war, but the expectation of it. Each of the 5 great shinobi countries have lived through a series of major and devastating wars, but also periods of studied with sudden bursts of fighting and violence. The setting might look as postural as a painting, but there is always the expectation of sudden danger. Now, how does this affect their society? Every major culture shown in the franchise relies on superpowered ninja to protect their interest. Children are trained from a very young age to anticipate the worst. There are plenty of prophecies to foretell future destruction, and the ninja lifestyle is taken very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that any ninja who abandons his village becomes a rogue. Missing nin, which means that anyone is free to kill him on sight. Shit, that's dark, alright. Team 7 is deeply dysfunctional. Team 7 passed the Bell test, which showed that they valued and exemplified teamwork. Therefore, they were a great team with a long history of cooperation, loyalty to each other. Right? Not exactly. Sasuke leaves the team to focus on his real goal, killing his brother. He is then replaced with several other characters of daring subsequent groups, all of whom bring less drama to the proceedings than Sasuke. Even before Sasuke leaves, though, things weren't perfect. Naruto would often overstep his bonds with Sakura in plenty of inappropriate and overly enormous ways. Sakura often overreacted and shouted at her teammates, despite her even-keeled reputation. Worse, the unrequited attraction between Sakura and Sasuke was a definite distraction for everyone involved. Perhaps the Bell test wasn't as accurate as Kakashi thought. 13. Ninja World is pretty messed up. The setting for Naruto is a world that melds some fantasy, some technology, and a lot of complicated politics. To oversimplifying things, land is divided into 5 great shinobi nations, plus a bunch of other silver regions that aren't usually important to the story. Countries are technically ruled by a daimyo, and they protect their societies with hidden villages full of superpowered ninja. The ninja are sort of military, sort of secret agents, and a sort of government representatives. All this seems functional enough, particularly in the Land of Fire, which is where most of the franchise is set. But everyone in the ninja world must accept that the power structure is a bit lopsided. The equivalent of the military has just as much power as the real officials, and teens will go on politically important missions and little oversight from the general public. 12. Tuning exams aren't really fair. Imagine you are getting at the lowest level of a ninja and you've already faced your share of life or death situations in the name of your community. You've been through a lot for your age and you've trained a lot, but you're still on the bottom. You want to advance to the level of a tuning, which means that you could lead missions, guide other ninjas, and hold a higher place in society. Unfortunately, the path toward advancement is through the tuning selection exams, which are, to put in mildly, imperfect. All participants are pitted against each other in successive rounds. The rules seem to change all the time, and the winner gets nothing. Winning at the tuning exams doesn't guarantee anything. Instead, the observing ninja or daimyo will simply promote whoever they choose, regardless of the final results. Add to that, the rampant gambling and the overall spectacle of the exams and the whole process doesn't seem all that fair. 11. Anything can kill you. Remember when Naruto's son, Boruto, ruined his little sister's stuffed animal and she almost killed him? It was a little bit of a sibling jostling, but it awakened the little girl's Bakugan. If Naruto hadn't intervened, there would have been bloodshed. She's cute, blue-eyed little girl, and yet she has this power deep inside her that would have caused a bunch of carnage and derailed the days of festivities. That's the problem with this world. In a nutshell, there are hidden wells of danger behind even the most innocent-looking faces. People use their chakra for some pretty destructive techniques, and they train in the art of combat, and some even carry giant monsters hidden inside them. It makes for good storytelling, but the overall implication is that no one can feel truly safe. The good side of living in Ninja World is that people don't rely on guns or bombs or modern technology to hurt people. The bad news is that the danger can come from any direction. 10. The Academy is much too expensive. The Academy is a sprawling institution for aspiring ninjas, nestled at the base of Hokage Mountain and drawing the best and the brightest from the surrounding area. It's also the headquarters of the Hokage, making it a cross between Hogwarts for ninja, the offices from James Bond, in the mid-level government building. By most accounts, it's quite functional. However, there's a price to that functionally, and that price is not surprisingly money. Lots of money. Some students are enrolled because of their connections. Naruto and Sasuke, both orphans, most likely stayed afloat thanks to their relationship with the third Hokage. However, other students aren't so lucky. Kido Tsunaki could only attend because his father gave the academy all his savings and he stopped taking his own medicine and the father died. But his son got an education and that seems like a problem. 9. Bullies are everywhere. As this is a coming-of-age story, Naruto comes to face a host of obstacles, both minor, school bullying, and major epic limb-ripping battles. While the battles may seem more interesting, it's the school-related issues that can shape someone's personality as they grow up. Naruto is not the only one to be bullied, nor does he escape the trap of becoming a bully himself. Bullies are everywhere, and in this universe, which probably is an unintended byproduct of a society built on physical conflict, whether out of fear or jealousy or something else, people are often cruel to their peers, and poor Hinata, one of the politest and kindest characters in the franchise, was repeatedly bullied for reasons as minor as her eye color. Ino Yamanaka was bullied over forehead size. No matter how much drama a character had gone through, family massacres, large-scale shunning, dishonor, and there are always people waiting to take an easy swipe. 8. Naruto's revealing technique shows that everyone is a perv. Sexy technique is a type of transformation technique where the user turns into a nude or bikini woman with clouds blowing around her. How could this possibly be useful in combat? Basically, it distracts the opponent, frequently inciting nosebleeds. A bloody nose is anime shorthand for an arsehole using an embarrassing one, which means that even in the midst of real danger and conflict, the men of Naruto can get insanely and embarrassingly turned on. If an opponent is particularly perverted, the reaction and the blood flow increases. It works virtually every time it's used, which says a lot. This technique is a particular specialty for our main character, so much so that he supposedly developed a new and improved version involving a devil costume, apparently. Yeah? She never called me. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. 7. It sucks to be an orphan. Desperate to many mistakes he makes throughout his childhood, Naruto is an insanely sympathetic protagonist. Why? Because he's an orphan. Everyone from Charles Dickens to G.K. Rowling will tell you that orphanhood is an easy shortcut to audience sympathy. However, it's not just a lack of parents that makes Naruto sympathetic. It's how the world at the large treats him. Sure, the third Hokage promised to protect him after the very Harry Potter-style death of his parents. Naruto truly finds himself once he grows up and focuses more on his training. Before that, though, it's rough sailing. There were so many rumors about the boy that the Hokage forbid anyone from even talking about the Nine Tails. For much of his childhood, friends weren't easy to come by. Did a fellow orphan like Sasuke fare any better? Judging by a lifetime of revenge-fueled anger, the answer is probably no. 6. Parents always make mistakes. Orphans have a set of challenges in Ninja World, but surely children from two parents have fewer problems, right? Not exactly. Just pick your favorite character and see how their childhood was marred by bad parenting. Hinata's parents played favorites between her and her sister, forcing sibling on sibling conflict that charged both their lives. Gaara's mother was loving, but his father was sent an assassin after him. Even Naruto himself grows up to be an absentee parent to his two children. Of course, not all parents in this universe are bad. In fact, there are plenty of caring and loving parental figures. They just end up getting killed a lot. That was kind of funny. Students will always surpass their teachers. It's practically a given in any coming-of-age story, especially one involving ninja, that the student will surpass the teacher. It's a natural part of life, allowing the older generation to step aside for the younger one to follow. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a sign that the teacher did his job correctly. What makes Naruto so interesting, though, is how exaggerated this process is. Jiraiya was a hermit, a highly skilled ninja, and an all-round interesting person. But he was completely eclipsed by his protege Minato, Naruto's father, and Naruto himself. Speaking of Naruto, he and Sasuke eventually surpassed Kakashi. Much like many of their contemporaries with their mentors, what this comes down to is kind of a growing imbalance between the generations. By the time Boruto has his own children and grandchildren, things most likely will have escalated even more. 4. Regular humans are powerless. First of all, the characters in Naruto are human, and discontinually every human has a certain amount of chakra coursing through their bodies at all times. The show only focuses on shinobi, though, and its main characters spend much of their lives training and practicing. As such, they are much more powerful than the average person. In addition, some shinobi are naturally gifted with high levels of chakra, and are even more powerful. After watching the upper 10th battle of the limb-ripping, camera-spinning action, it's easy to forget that these powerful beings are not the typical residents of this world. They're just one subsection of the overall population. These are countless background characters who have not gone through training, so they don't know how to use their chakra. They led normal lives and have mundane jobs, From their perspective, it must be pretty strange to see so many epic battles happening on such a regular basis. Giant monsters are usually justified in their rampages. There are 9 chakra monsters for tailed beasts, created by the Sage of Six Paths in order to preserve the balance of peace in the world. Did it work? Not exactly. These creatures are terrifying and powerful, and desperate the fact that they exist in order to prevent the return of the Ten Tails. People are naturally fearful of them. Before the events of the Fourth Shinobi World War, these creatures had to put up with a lot of grief. Just look at Kunama, Ninetales. Before being sealed into Naruto, the giant fox monster develops a not surprising hatred for humans. For generations, people captured it, locked it away, abused it for military power, and attacked it out of fear. Even if their intentions are good, humans often control this fox monster through violence. Is it any surprising that the Kunama has a history of swallowing people and destroying an entire valley? Most of the monsters have similar stories, lashing out after centuries of mistreatment. 2. People are really quick to shun each other. Jinchuriki are humans with tail beasts sealed inside them. They are some of the most powerful and important people in the world. They have incredible pressure placed upon them. They are vital for maintaining the delicate balance in society, and well, people treat them very badly. Gaara, who became a Jinchuriki before he was born and had no say in the matter, grew up in isolation and was avoided by pretty much everyone except his father and uncle Killer Bee. Became a Jinchuriki and was instantly mistreated or abandoned by the people around him, including his best friend, Matoi. Even our title character was shunned by all of the Konoha before he learned the specifics of his birth. In short, people love to shun those with power. 1. You can use shadow clones for really sketchy stuff. First of all, shadow clone techniques is an extremely useful tool in combat, and you can send out a clone into a dangerous I suck at reading long words. Reconnaissance mission. I don't know what that means. Because it can disappear when things get too dicey and you'll still have the new information. You can speed up your training exponentially by duplicating yourself during all the tough parts, and you can do pretty much anything because these clones are indistinguishable from you in every way. Of course, there are frightening ways that the shadow clones can be misused. Don't want to spend a quality time with your child? Send in a clone. Want to back out of a date, but you're too afraid to hurt her feelings? Send in a clone. You can use your clones to do all these things in life that you'd rather not do. It's not like they can feel pain, right? Oh, wait, they can. Can you think of any other dark truth about the world of Naruto? Let us know in the comments below. So that is 16 dark facts truths about Naruto that you do not want to know. And I'm actually pretty freaking shocked, but most of them, don't really surprise me because the Naruto shows do tend to have a lot of perverted scenes. I mean, I've watched a lot of Naruto episodes. The first episodes when he was a kid, and he always used the sexy jutsu because he wanted to transform into to look like Sasuke basically, and start talking to Sakura because I guess he wanted to get attention like Sasuke did. But yeah. that's pretty fucked up stuff. Especially the ones about orphans and parents getting killed and stuff. It's crazy. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I was really actually hoping that there would be more dark facts about TMNT because that was like my favorite thing to know. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'm sorry if I ruined your childhood.